So, when you guys think of formal wear, what do you wear? Do you wear a suit with Armani leather shoes, or do you wear a pencil skirt and a blouse? For the people of Japan, they wear kimonos. I've always been interested in Japan culture, and I've always wanted to learn more of where my Aunt Kyo came from, who is a full-blooded Japanese woman. The kimono symbolizes many parts of Japanese culture. It symbolizes marital status, virtues and attributes, place in society, and as well as age. I'm going to be talking about a brief history of the kimono, the types of kimonos, and the differences between men and women's kimonos. So, the history of the kimono starts with the Nara period, which is 710 to 794 AD. It consisted of the two pieces. The first piece is the kimono, and then the second piece is the hakama, which is a slitted skirt or trouser. The next period that comes up is the Heian period, which is 794 to 1192 AD. This is the start of the one-piece kimono for women. Men still wore two pieces. It was also the start of the straight line cut of the kimono to avoid special making kimonos. They were also easier to fold, and it reduced the waste of the fabric. And they were also made for all weather. In the winter, people would layer to keep warm, and in the summer, it was made of a breathable fabric. In the Kamakura and Muromachi period, from 1192 to 1573 AD, brought the bright colored kimonos. They were worn by warriors to represent their leaders in battle. In the Indu period, from 1603 to 1868, the Tokugawa clan took over Japan and divided them into domains that were ruled by lords, and each lord had a group of samurais that wore kimonos that represented their domain by color and pattern. The kimono that samurais wore consisted of three parts, which was the kimono, a kamishimo, which was a starched linen vest type thing, and the hakama, which was the trouser pant. And as the kimono art became more persistent and kimonos became more valuable, the kimonos became heirlooms that were passed down in the families as valuables. In the Meiji period, from 1868 to 1912, kimonos became more for formal wear than for everyday wear because of the Western influences. So people started wearing like what we wear today in America. And according to encyclopedia.com on contemporary Japan accessed on October 30th, 2016, schools in Japan still teach the finer points of kimono wear, such as how to tie the obi, which is a sash that keeps it closed around the waist, walking in a kimono, the subtle ways to drape the kimono, and selecting and combining colors and patterns. The types of kimonos are the furisode. The furisode are worn for the coming of age ceremonies and are also worn by unmarried women. The sleeves are long to represent their readiness to get married, and when they declare their love to the men of Japan, they flap their sleeves at them. The Susohiki is a long kimono with 3-foot sleeves that are normally worn by either geishas or stage performers of traditional Japanese dance. The tomosode is the most formal kimono that a married woman can wear. They are They always have the crests and the patterns are always below the waist on the kimono. There are two types of tomosodes. There's the tomosode kuru, which is the black version here, and the tomosode iru is the colored version on the other side. They are generally worn at weddings and are extremely formal. Okay. So the humangi is another formal kimono worn by married women. They are less formal than tomosodes and can be worn to friends' weddings and tea ceremonies. The ukachi is the wedding kimono, and it is long with padded hem of brocade or satin and trails on all sides, and generally you have to have help walking because they're so stiff and long. And they're they're also the wedding ones. They're made by the bride's family. The monosuke is the men's formal kimono. It has crests, and they're generally worn with a juben, which is an underkimono, and the hakama, which is the pants, and the yukata is an informal kimono that is worn at summer festivals and are generally made of cotton. And the mofuku, according to my friend Asuka, who is a Japanese international student here at PSU, they are all black and worn to funerals. And the differences between the men and women's kimonos is that the women have more variety in color, pattern, and they're generally longer, and men's are of subtle colors or dull colors like black, gray, and navy blue. They are less noticeable in patterns and variety, and they symbolize occupation and social status. And now that you know this information, you'll be able to participate in the Japanese culture, which they greatly recommend.